Hello, folks, and welcome to Not Another United podcast, where two friends, Siddharth, I, and Tushar, speak about all things United and dissect it from a very logical point of view and a very Indian point of view. You would not find many Indian podcasts focused primarily on United, speaking sense, speaking logic, and coming straight from the heart. So, Tushar, how did you feel about the weekend?
Friends today, three friends overall, right? Can't leave Buppy.
It's
Buppy,
it's it's
भाई business
Buppi's
deal
loss.
से ही हटा दिया.
It's Buppi's loss, but yeah,
पहली
he'll join
ब्रांड डील
us.
कितने में डिवाइड होगी? 2 लोगों में, 3 लोगों में?
दो में उसको कमीशन देंगे बट Buppy is missing in action today and you will see
Yeah.
him with us for the next podcast. Buppy,
I
missing
guess
you, but we are having fun without you the way you two had fun in the previous session. But
entering the first section, right, which is the theater,
yeah,
kicking that off. In one word, I would say it was unreal. I still can't believe it. And the enormity of what has happened, it's pretty huge.
yeah,
What about you?
funnily enough, I was in Kurk. I had gone for my annual Diwali vacation, and I
Big money.
started seeing Chief Trip. I started seeing the match at the 21st minute mark, and I'm already 1-0 आगे थे, which was surprising for me.
Hmm.
And I saw the first half. We played really well. The tactics were spot on. We were lucky, but you create your own luck. Lemons gave me. Am I pronouncing his name correctly? Lemons, right?
Yeah.
He
Laments.
gave me very Van der Sar feels in terms of. I mean, it's only his second match, but he gave me uh, so much assurance जो आपने पिछले 4-5 सालों में नहीं मिला है. 79th minute mark when Liverpool scored, my net went off and couldn't see the next 10 minutes. And logged back in. I was hoping and I was dreading that I would see the score as 2-1 in Liverpool's favor. When I saw it as 1-2 in
Or
United, and when I saw it 1 United, it just, I was biting my nails off for the last 8 minutes. 8 minutes extra time. Where did that time come from?
I
I
mean,
mean, it's standard
I
Anfield
think
tact. I don't know how
nobody
it
in the
happened.
world would have guessed 8 minutes as extra time. Not even the most hardcore Liverpool fans would have put their money for 8 minutes.
It's mind-bogglingly slow. And when you're leading, right, against your biggest rivals, say the likes of City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, those 8 minutes seem like an eternity, right? And वो पास ही नहीं हो रहे थे. I had to, and my internet was fluctuating back then. It was a topsy-turvy 8 minutes, but yeah, I think we deserved the victory. We deserved the win. Yeah, we could have lost as well had the Lady Luck not been on our side, but I think it was a good win. Good tactical win in terms of, beating their
Yep.
press, going the long ball route, the work rate of Mbuemo, Mount, and Cunha to kickstart the proceedings. I think we won most of the battles in terms of the midfield, the forward battles, and I think that's where we won the match.
Start with a brief answer.
मेरा पहला है तो तू छोड़ के आगे.
No, so like similarly at mine, I was at the Diwali party, right? At a Diwali cards party. So I knew I'm going to watch the match later without checking the score, which I normally do. As I was,
तो तेरा मैसेज
uh,
नहीं आता ग्रुप पे कि डोंट अपडेट द स्कोर.
I assumed that you would know it. So as I was exiting, yes, it was a very exotic party like that. Um, so I asked him just generally because I've been meaning to ask him that do you watch football? Do you support any club? He's like, yes, I'm a Liverpool fan. So, so the next thing I say, I immediately tell him, see, my method is that I do not go online at all till I know the score. So please do not ruin it for me. Please don't tell me anything. मैं थोड़ा डिफेंसिव हो गया ज़्यादा ही एंड he still told me, so I'll tell you one thing. I saw the first 8 minutes and United were leading 1-0. And I kept repeating, please don't tell me, because I thought he's going to ruin it for me purposely. Because sometimes people do that, right? But
Yeah,
thankfully he didn't. Of course, listening to that, it gave me a very good feeling to start the match with. And we scored in literally the first minute, right? 70 seconds, maybe 60 to 70 seconds. Still, to score is in the first 5 minutes.
it's time to score.
Worst time. Yeah, you have the entire match in front of you. Like it does not deal that much. It does not give across that much an impact like a 44th minute first goal would give, or 30 minutes, or maybe in the second half. पूरा मैच पड़ा है अभी, right? Like it's literally you're starting again. So yeah, like I said, unreal. How it happened did not seem like.
When on that note, in a place like Anfield, first minute में goal करना gives you a footing in the match because Anfield can be a very hostile place to be at, right? And I dread Anfield the most in terms of, you could be on the wrong side of a drubbing if you don't start well, right? Anfield and especially obviously scars of the recent years, but I 11 minute में goal करने से we were calm in in our we trusted our tactics in that sense. That's what I feel. If you have set out to defend the entire match, then 90 minutes can be a can be a daunting task in places such as Anfield or other stadiums.
Just on the balance of probability, you having 89 minutes to equalize versus you having 45 minutes to equalize. I mean, it
Right.
just in general, you have more time to do whatever you want to do. And yes, it's an initial shake-up. And we have conceded early goals a lot more than we have scored, especially lately. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was also a surprise. Us having the rub of the green was also a big surprise. I haven't seen many matches where during
Right.
times and कभी भी नहीं लगा है six.
तीन
So
बार उसने पोल पे मारा ना from across and then दो बार shoot करके.
we all did once. And I
That
would
was a good
like
move. That was a good move.
Bruno's like 10 out of 10 times I would expect Bruno to finish that rather than Gakpo doing the same thing. Like percentage wise, I'm sure. And even while Bruno missed that, I like in a way my internal voice said that he's really our best finisher. And I truly believe that. And फिर बाद में देखा कि it had hit the post because I was thinking
He
how
did
did
hit
it
the
not
plan.
how did it not how did not he make a shot on target? Who was your man of the match?
My man of the for the goal, but also for the way he marshaled the defense and so he was I think वो center में खेल रहा था right as a CCB in this particular match and he's not blessed with a great turn of pace or great pace in general right so for him to be able to deal with the PC forwards in Salah, Ishak and Gakpo, I think Maguire would have been my man of the match, closely followed by Bruno.
So like for me it was Cunha by the way. Like I
I
like
thought
I'll
so. I thought as much.
मतलब I couldn't take my eyes off of him. At the end थोड़ा Rooney vibes दिया उसने मेरे को.
I was about to say that runs with the ball, the way he holds the ball.
Yeah. And
It
it's
is,
not just
yeah.
specific to United. I don't see many players in general doing that. Well, that is something
Exactly,
that is
correct,
a
correct.
that is a value I would love to have in general beyond the sport. What he was doing at the end, tough spaces mein, he's asking for the ball. Good thing is players are trusting him as well, which means synergy is already there. Otherwise, you would not do
Right.
that in a tricky position, 2-1 up, last minute. And of course, what he's doing after that, मतलब दो बार किया था, right? Where he fell down, he got up, he was still
Yeah,
with the ball. First touch थोड़ा सा कभी कभी shaky हो जाता है, but his next touch is always with him due to his body strength, his balance, his
right.
tactfulness of putting his body about those final inches, right? मतलब it was rare to see. I have not seen this too many times.
Correct.
तभी it struck out. It struck out a lot more because otherwise, मतलब it's not coming from a very technical length. That doggedness sort of मुझे याद करना पड़ेगा when last time. Maybe this steal Roy Keane had. Tuso used to do that very often. Park Ji-sung, I could say, in my experience. But not many players do that. Fletcher as well, perhaps. But काफी and it was very very important because like just getting a foul in a very risky area and buying your team time, buying them respite, right, for them to
Yeah.
catch their breath and everything, it is very very important. And of course Anfield crowd, if they would have scored another one, possibly they could have scored one or two more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I feel he's unlucky. My luck should have been broken at Fulham.
See,
Did the
जिसके लिए ना I mean stats might not do justice again like Rooney की है वो जब नहीं होता है उसका impact पता चलता है but
yeah.
yeah because he's one of the forward line players इनके लिए I mean goals should come fast and I'm hoping कि we have crossed the dreaded start that we were fearing for our lives with so अभी ये आने वाले next 10-11 matches में होना चाहिए उसका duck open I think he should see him among the scorers, both him as well as Sheshko. But what you, since you're a striker yourself, a forward line player, what do you have to say about Bruno's first time cross?
So
Because इसमें बहुत हुई है, 100 से
yeah,
मिले नहीं,
yeah,
एंड बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स ने भी बोला है कि यार 99 आउट ऑफ 100 प्लेयर्स उसको फर्स्ट टच लेके कंट्रोल करते फिर क्रॉस मारते, उसने फर्स्ट टाइम डाला है, have to
yeah,
say.
99.9% players would do that, like going beyond what the experts have come out. I'm glad some experts who have specifically highlighted this because मुझे लग रहा था कि unsung moment रह जाएगा. Even during the match, when we
अच्छा
scored,
तूने ऑब्जर्व किया था?
right when it happened, I know like 60% of the credit goes to Bruno for that goal. I knew it in my heart because this was unexpected. The ball had pace. It ricocheted. एक header मारा किसी ने. It gained more pace. It was coming at a projectile from, like, of course, top to bottom. And to
Yeah.
balance your body, and you're moving towards the ball, you're not stagnant. To balance your body in a way where you're hitting the ball perfectly for it to get into another projectile. And it's not even कि he hit it with his laces, right? कि वो एक ही उसमें जा रहा है. मतलब hit it with another projectile, and अनरियल था ये. मतलब द पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ दिस हैपनिंग, और इट लुक्ड सिंपल, बट मैंने तो वैलिडेट कर दिया था. लाइक फॉर मी दिस वाज द मोमेंट, एंड ही वाज अबाउट टू गेट सब्ड, राइट?
हाँ.
अगर वो सब हो जाता तो इस गोल वो हम नहीं मारते को. इट्स क्लियर एज डे टू सी दैट. एंड आई फील थोड़ा और लाइमलाइट मिलना चाहिए. अनरियल स्किल, अनरियल टेक्निक टू डू व्हाट ही डिड. He carved out the goal. Maguire had the easy part too. हमारे दो तीन और डिफेंडर्स भी थे पीछे, right? Keeper was out of the game, so not many crosses do that, and वो भी first time. So, and
It
that too,
was,
it was.
I think that's the mark of a great player, and I
Yep.
believe that Bruno is a modern day great for United because अगर ये गायब हो जाता amidst the fervor of the win, वो इसलिए होता because people would have said just another Bruno thing, and that's the
Yeah.
mark of a great player कि यार वो इतना कुछ कर चुका है इस mediocre team के लिए, so called mediocre team के लिए in the last 5-6 years कि यार ये flashy, it's not flashy enough to be, get observed in that sense. But yeah, I'm also that this got picked up here. First time cross, and now and Maguire with the clutch goal. Now on that note, how about Maguire winning as the match for the umpteenth time? I think he's one of our most clutch players, at least in the last 4-5 years. He has had the maximum number of last minute goals. I can count at least 10, wherein he has won us the match. Leicester, Leon, then the winner at Copenhagen against Copenhagen. This one, the one against the Grimsby Town to get us back into the match. That was also Maguire, right? So, what do you have to say about that? I know you're a lot of fans are not Maguire's biggest fans. I have always been a supporter of Maguire, you know that. But so, what do you have to say about that?
Matlab, of course, it was a surprise him starting firstly. So credits to the manager, right? Everybody's easy to diss when things go wrong. And I mean, it's not an easy choice to be putting Euro on the bench, right? And Martinez is also to come. Frankly, in the moment, more than the goal itself, um, it was a very emotional moment, right? It became an emotional moment because of what he did after the goal. ऐसा लग रहा था that it is the last kick of the match. So objectivity was also going towards you have a match to play, you have 10 minutes more. I mean, तब तक तो extra time भी नहीं पता था कि there will be 8 minutes of extra time. So inside I was like, why are you celebrating like it's already done? ये भी लग रहा था that please have your moment. Like please do whatever it feels normal to you. It seemed like he's emotional. It was very easy to see that. He celebrated there, then he went to our away fans, and he was savoring it, right? It was one of those moments maybe after retirement you would look back at it. It felt like that. As a fan, you don't see that. So I loved it. I loved what he did. I loved the fact that he took his time. दिमाग में भी आ रहा था कि maybe the referee would give a yellow card. Of the moment dawned upon me much more than the goal itself. Of course, initially it was just elation, but then the whole narrative of what he's been through, how he has persevered, West Ham, us asking to footballing world and beyond. So yeah, so some poetic justice happening there,
Absolutely.
and felt happy for him, very happy for him.
See, I've always felt that was made us when things were not going right for United. that he has never, he's never been a mediocre player for us, and he's always been a good performer for us. He's not a Ballon d'Or level player, right? But he's a very good player, and I've always maintained that. So redemption arc of Maguire in the last 1.5 years has been pleasantly surprising for me, and I am stoked for him for the way he has come back and the way he is placed in the starting 11, or at least one of the first subs to come on in the pitch. So I was pretty thrilled about that.
So I think we've had a lot of firsts this last weekend, including us winning at Anfield for the first time in a decade. Liverpool have lost at home very rarely, right? Under Slot, they've only lost once before this, I think, in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest, beat them 1-0,
Right.
is what I remember. And of course, the next first seems very lousy, that winning 2 Premier League matches in a row.
I think
Matlab, it's such an
it
embarrassing
was
stat to
it was an
have.
albatross around her neck, and it's good to have that monkey off of her back. It's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
major milestone, but the way things get picked up on social media, I think it's a good milestone to achieve finally.
Winning at City last time around versus this victory, it feels different.
Yeah.
It feels different for so many. It was a more
So,
um,
so I'll tell you the main difference between last year's City win and this year's Anfield win. Last year's City win, you could always feel that the next match you have to start from scratch again, and kuch bhi ho sakta hai, right? But this win feels different because you can, starting to see patterns emerge. You're starting to see shapes,
control.
formations taking shape. You are starting to see players understanding what wants from them with regards to this particular formation, and therefore, कुछ भी हो सकता है next match में. But I am very optimistic that we will come out trumps against. We will talk about that later, but that's the main difference: the optimism versus the neutrality of the City match. Those factors.
Yeah, yeah. Last season, Cities was more of a smash and grab. We didn't feel in control as much as we did this time
Right.
around. Like in this match, at least I can speak for myself. I didn't feel as anxious as I normally do. I felt more settled with everything that we're doing, and defense is also a part of the game, right? And so many, like you said, so many patterns emerged as well. I think good segue into section two, which is the red zone. Bold takes or unpopular opinions, and what's happening at United currently. I think we can start with Sean Lemens. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his first name correctly. You have
I've
already
given my
yeah,
hot.
180 minutes of game time. But I think I read this somewhere because you see so many post-match reviews. So an expert said that the best compliment I can give him is that I'm not thinking about it.
Exactly, correct.
Ended up better. You of the keeper anymore. And you know that I am on ATF. I find him good looking, so he has that
So I'll
going for him.
on lemons एक इंसिडेंट था जहां पर किसी ने हेडर मारा और बॉल पीछे जाई थी. So
वो catch वाला ना, very awkwardly.
right. So when you jump as a keeper, you jump with one leg, right? So he took that leap and he realized that the ball is behind, and in almost like a cricket pan, he was
Yeah.
surrounded by Liverpool players.
Thankfully, they were not charging.
No, even if they were charging,
नहीं, even if they were charging, और difficult हो सकता था because they had shown the same thing in slow motion. I think एक second, your voice has hold on a second.
am I audible now? Mic off.
Yeah.
So
हाँ
वो जो उसने catch नहीं in any situation, ठीक है? When you're surrounded by players, उसने वो actually उसने misjudge किया, फिर उसने recalibrate किया अपनी body, but that gave me a lot of assurance कि हाँ ठीक है, सही direction में जा सकते हैं with this backside.
And on whilst we are on, sorry, laments. What? Uh, so whilst we're on laments, what is your take on this long ball shit that
Yeah, I mean, case of sour grapes.
worth
No,
discussing?
it's not worth discussing. Athletic published how many Liverpool played? 85. So there's no discussion about. I mean, there has to be no discussion. We played the long ball to beat their first press. So हमने वो reduce कर लिया
Yeah,
है.
yeah.
And if you're successful with that tactic, it's on you, right? कि यार तुमने उसके against कुछ counter नहीं किया है.
Yep.
And the beauty of that long ball approach was Chelsea match जहाँ पर शेष्को header जीत के Mbeumo
Yep.
is through on goal. we wanted them to win the first header so that we could win the second ball. So that
Yeah.
was the beauty of it, and that is, I wouldn't call it a masterclass, but that is tactical tweak that worked in our advantage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if ever there's a conversation on long balls in this context, इसका positive connotation ही होना चाहिए for this scenario. Arne Slot is giving me I know it's too soon to say, but very Eric Ten Hag vibes in
Yeah.
terms of the answers that he's giving. Very ridiculous answers, very ridiculous statements. I know they are the reigning champions, but he his comments have been ridiculous for the past 2-3 matches at least.
I haven't followed what he said
No,
previously at all. But his comments after this match were, of course, very, very petty, very
exactly.
ridiculous.
Petty is the right
It
word.
didn't make
Didn't
sense.
make any
Didn't make
sense.
sense at all. And like long ball, like playing just on long balls, which means that you're boring, you're like if Crouch is up front, for example. ऐसा तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं था. We didn't see any of this. We didn't play a boring brand of football anyway. Even if you have to get down
यार
to the
हमारा
facts.
हमारा जो बेस्ट क्रिएटिव
Um,
चांस था, जो फर्स्ट गोल अगर मैं हटा दूं,
Bruno.
ब्रूनो तो लॉन्ग बॉल से आया ही नहीं था उसमें तो. लेमेंस ने ऑल राउंड पास दिया था कोन्या को,
Yeah,
कोन्या ने क्रॉस बॉल
quick
मारा.
and
एग्जैक्टली, वो तो बहुत अच्छा मूव
mm.
था, उसमें लॉन्ग बॉल तो कहीं था नहीं. सो वो तो फिर वेग आर्गुमेंट हुआ ना, पेटी आर्गुमेंट हुआ.
Now, moving on to, would have to just say this in one word. Do you think Sheshko is in our strongest 11 currently?
Yes, in our strongest 11, yes, but
Hmm.
against the bigger teams, I would put Mount ahead of Shishko because of the way we approach those games. But against, say, a Brighton or say a Nottingham Forest, different.
But don't you play your strongest 11 against bigger teams?
So yeah, that's a paradoxical question. But
Mhm.
I would have a strongest 11. Okay, for that matter, Euro would be in my strongest 11 and Maguire wouldn't be in my strongest 11. But against a top 6 team, I would rather start Maguire than, slightly inexperienced Euro if the need demands. Likewise, Shaw would not be in my strongest 11, but might be in my 11 for the bigger matches. Like same scenario with Sheshko and a lot of players, not only Sheshko and Mount, but Delord and Dorgu, then Martinez and Shaw, Euro and
Martin is coming back. Yep.
right.
It's a good problem to have. I think like a good set of 14, 15 easily picked for any game
But there
without
are three players
drastic.
who would be a fixture in my starting 11, irrespective of the opposition. One is obviously the keeper, Lemons, Delit, uh, Diallo, Mbumo, Cunha, Bruno. These would in my starting 11, irrespective
Lack of options.
depending on the opposition.
But of course, as a striker, I would not feel too good if I'm dropped after scoring 2 goals in 2 matches and getting dropped for Liverpool, right? I mean, but it's, if he starts the next match, then hopefully he'll score and you would see that anger. Like it's the best way to compensate for something like this. But if he does not start the next match, then I'd be a little concerned. Hopefully that's not the
But isn't
case.
it too soon to be concerned
Um,
for a 21-year-old striker coming from a completely different league? You know,
But if you scored twice in 2 matches, why would you? From that logic, okay, I understand Liverpool, you don't want to play him, but why not against Brighton at
yeah,
home?
let's say I
They
think
also players.
he will start against Brighton. Uh, and I'm a battle between his striker and the two defenders जो Liverpool के हैं. So he wanted to give them a completely different option to deal with. I think it worked. Who's to say that अगर चेस्को start करता तो कुछ और, I mean हो सकता है यही score line रहता, but since the tactics worked, I think that was the right call. But I agree that Sheshko should start against Brighton. I think I can agree with you on that.
Okay, so I guess we can move now to the two new United signings you do not know about, and I guess nobody knows about. So even during by the match itself, this thought came to me, and about how much I am liking Mount. So is Shaw for that man. And again, the similar reason to what I could say for Lamens is that I'm not thinking that Shaw is playing too often. even though he is playing, which is cause for good concern. But Mount definitely, he's everywhere. He's like he's eating blades of grass left, right, and center. He's like that Fletcher Jisung Park type player. मतलब उसको एक assignment दे दो and he'll fulfill it 10 out of 10 times. Possibly the first time it is seeming that we have Mason Mount in our squad, which is easy to forget in terms of how highly rated he was and what all he had accomplished. And he was Chelsea's first player in the squad, and Chelsea had a really good squad back then. And he would be similar to McTominay with better quality, I would say, like in the sense of homegrown player, how everyone loved him, loved his attitude. So I'm very, very pleased
See,
with Mount. And in my 4, 5, 6 starters, he would be there against any team, every team.
okay, that's an interesting conundrum. Then whom would you drop in the? Obviously, can't drop Mbumo. Then
I am not getting paid United manager की wages for me to make this decision, but मुझे Mount चाहिए just because I feel his absence is felt a lot, especially in the current setup and the ground he eats. And we don't have enough of, we don't have anybody who's like him. And given our midfield issues anyway, like agar maybe let's say if we had a younger maybe like a Baleba or a Wharton or Anderson maybe, then उतना ज़्यादा नहीं पता चलता. But because our current two midfielders do not do that, they cannot do that physically, especially Casemiro. Hence, the impact of Mount is far greater, is what I feel.
so on Shaw
Um,
and Mount, no much. So एक चीज ये देख कि Shaw has Shaw has played under 5 United managers, right? And Mourinho, Ten Hag, Solskjaer,
yeah, and like interim managers.
yeah, Ragnick, so to say, right? But he has been a starter when fit under all the 5 6 managers, which means that managers see something in him which we are unable to see, right? And
Mm.
much like Maguire, right? He Shaw is an easy scapegoat, and funny thing is, fans in England love to make scapegoats out of their own players. Uh, Harry Kane, Mount. It's a weird,
Yeah.
toxic culture in England in that sense. But I think Shaw gives you a lot. But because of the position that he plays in, right? अगर उसकी कोई mistake होती है, वो और ज़्यादा blow up होती है. But the thing that the thing that Shaw brings to the table, I think not many players can do that. He can be a left center back, he can be a back, or he can be a left wing back. So uski versatility is one of his biggest strengths. Plus his reading of the game is immense. Mount is you summed it up perfectly. Mount is for me. Mount is playing the Fletcher or a Park Ji-sung would play. Non-glamorous roles, but among the most important roles, into someone, to get your team to win.
A finisher than both of them, has a better eye for goal than both of them, better technique, even from set pieces.
He has
He exactly
need
not done
to
that.
but he had potential. For example, the finish
Yeah.
against Sunderland was not an easy finish. Just placing the ball in the corner, using the player as a decoy. It was not an easy finish. So he has to do that more often.
Yep.
But can you just have one of the does that? I mean, just eat up the ground and not score. Is that enough for him to start in every match?
It totally depends on the other players and how they're complementing him, right? Like he has his role in the team. Let's say his role is whatever he's doing right now, and he's acing that role. Just as long as the other players are filling in with goals and assists and getting into those positions, I think what's the harm? Because percentage play wise, he's doing what he's supposed to. Yes, of course, if goals dry up, then his performances would get highlighted a little bit more. Uh, and it's not as if he's not entering those spaces where he could score. He could do it more often. That like even in against Liverpool, वो जो एक छोटा सा rebound मिला था, मतलब वो गोल हो सकता था.
हो सकता था.
So like I see him be around those positions here and there.
उसको 2
He
चांसेस
has
मिले
the
लिवरपूल के अगेंस्ट, राइट? एक तो जो कीपर ने बॉल उसके ड्रॉप कर दी थी और उसने बैक फ्लिप मारी थी. दूसरा जो उसने दूर से शूट मारा था डी के बाहर से, जब कीपर ने किया था.
yeah. Sitting Foggy time now. Conclusions, predictions, and parting thoughts. So yeah, let's get straight to Brighton preview. I think we've beaten them every single time for the past 10 years, not so much. I was surprised to see that we've beaten them only once in the last 5 league matches, which is
I'm not
horrible.
surprised
Uh,
to know that because for me, Brighton is one of our bogey teams.
yeah, कितनी
सारी
सारी
है बहुत सारी है ब्रेंटफोर्ड
exactly
है ब्राइटन है वुल्व्स है बहुत सारे
Liverpool of
अरे ये
yeah.
I think these two consecutive victories are not, you know, you can see good things happening on the pitch. I mean, I would be very surprised if we come out of this match without a win. I would be very surprised.
Do you think we'll have a clean sheet?
Hmm, I don't think so. I think it'll be a
What
3-1.
would be your score prediction?
3-1.
Would you want to name the scorers as well, just in case?
Probability होगी सही होने की, but I think
Yes,
Bruno, Šeško and Cunha.
Yeah, as long as Kune is scoring, I'd take a 1-0 as well. But yeah, I was also tilting towards 3-1, but just because you've said it, I'll say 2-0. I mean, it's going tough for us to have a clean sheet. We're just speculating, right? And yes, I would love for Cunha to score, although I don't feel he would score. I think Sheshko and Mbumo would be my picks. Definitely Mbumo with a goal and assist. मेरी fantasy team में भी है वो, so hopefully I'm manifesting that. So by the way, moving on to the next bit, we like my numbers might be a little wrong, but our upcoming stretch, we are playing, I think, easily 12 to 13 teams that are not in the top six in our next, I mean, matches for many months
So
now.
two title run का बोल रहे हैं.
I need to
Title run पे जाने वाले हैं.
right. It's funny you say that. इस match में like so many times I was doing my calculations that if we would have 3 points more, where would we be? If we would have had 4 points more, where would we
भाई
be?
मैं
And we would be near
ये
the top
कैलकुलेशन मैं हर साल करता हूँ और हर साल दिमाग में फर्स्ट या सेकंड आता हूँ. ठीक है तो कैलकुलेशंस आपकी
of years, by the
मैं
way.
हर साल करता हूँ हर
It
साल
was
में
nice to
फर्स्ट
do
और
that again.
सेकंड आता हूँ. बट आई थिंक I was seeing the table. I was felt that apart from two matches with City and Brentford, we did not deserve to lose. I deserved to win. We have won 4 matches, right? We could have easily won 6 matches. We could have easily
Fulham, Arsenal.
Arsenal. We could have easily won. We could easily had.
Arsenal are so key, man.
No, I mean, so this Arsenal team is very non-Arsenal like. They're very defensively oriented, right? Fixed pattern of goal scoring, creation. It's a very pragmatic Arsenal team, but I think
And perhaps that's why they're the bookies' favorites to win the league. And they have a genius if they do that. I have my reservations.
I
This
think
looks like their best
on
chance.
that note, I think we have been around, right? We've been seeing Premier League for donkeys years now. I think this is City's league to lose now because of Erling Haaland. Haaland might just have a Salah-like season and take the trophy away from everyone.
Looks like that.
He's in a ridiculous form.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, breaking records.
Yeah, and I would
मतलब
take City.
अच्छा है मतलब
I would take City winning the league any day over Liverpool, Arsenal, or Chelsea winning.
frankly, I'd love for Arsenal to win before City.
No, I would prefer.
It's been so long for Arsenal.
अभी बहुत लंबा हो चुका है यार. हमें जीतना चाहिए ना फिर तो.
Not in that position, na? We're very far from it. So yeah, this upcoming stretch, hopefully will be a positive one.
But
yeah, no more
यार
surprises.
I think Premier League में
But
ना,
another thing, when AFCON comes in, we have Ahmad and Mbumo,
so
and I'm sure you agree that all our attacks are going towards
I think
the right
I
hand
had
side,
that in
right?
mind when we were discussing the match, the Liverpool debrief. So to say that it is, I mean, I'm super excited about seeing how Ahmad and Mbumo would continue to dovetail on the right side. वो बहुत सही निकल के आ रहा है. The way I had imagined it to come. Starting के 2-3 matches में they were getting into each other's positions. They were taking time to build that understanding क्योंकि गेम टाइम के साथ ही वो इम्प्रूव होता है, राइट? एंड प्री सीजन गेम टाइम हार्डली मैटर्स unless you have something on the line,
Yeah.
right? तभी फायदा होता है. So I think I those patterns emerging on the right side. So AFCON में जब ये होगा, when Mbumo and Ahmad will go for AFCON, it will be interesting to see how Amorim plays with his formation. He can just play a Bruno on the right side and play Dallo as a right wing back, or Mino on the right side, or Shelesi on he can be a good option from the bench. Um,
It would be a big hole though.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it
Both of
goes
them.
without saying.
Yeah.
Goes without saying. But on Shea Lacey, I'm following his progress. You're following his development. I've been following his development for the past 2-3 years, and I was very skeptical when he missed the majority of the last season with injuries, because a lot of times such promising players fizzle out because of injuries, right? And being injured for a complete year or in and out at the age of
Yeah.
17 is a big formative year. That's the year that you try to break into the first team, right? But from what I hear, from what I read, he's your first team debut. Yesterday, he was among the best players in a men's match against Barnsley. So United's under 21 played Barnsley in the EFL Cup, and we lost 5-2. But Lacey was among the best United players.
EFL Cup?
So under 21 teams of a lot of clubs
Is it under 21
play
EFL Cup?
against League 2, League 3 clubs, the likes of Grimsby Town, the likes of Barnsley, uh, Oxford Uniteds, that sort of format.
Okay. So what is your points projection for United's next 4 games, which is Brighton at home, Forest away, Spurs away, and Everton at home?
I'd be happy if we come out of this stretch with no losses, and I'd be ecstatic if we win 3 match and draw 1. I'd be okay if we win 2 and draw 2. I don't want us to lose any more matches in the next 6. I mean, hopefully till the end of the season, but realistically, in the at least for this 4 matches का stretch. So 4 matches 12, right? अगर हमें 10 points मिलते हैं तो बहुत सही होगा. अगर 8 मिलते हैं तो भी सही होगा.
I think we'll Spurs away being maybe one of Spurs away or Forest away being a draw. Forest away because they'll have that new manager bounce. मतलब हमारे against ही होता है कि everybody plays with their new managers first or second match. Otherwise, it was a sure shot. I mean, it seemed like a sure shot victory. But yeah, I feel we'll win at home. Brighton being the tougher one, of course. Everton home. And easy, मतलब not easily, but 12 points भी हो सकते हैं. All of them. But yeah, I would bet 10 points out of this.
If I
Just
if
the
I एक second,
I
इसके
don't
flip
yeah.
question, जो हमारे 8 matches हुए हैं, we have 13 points out of 8 matches, right? 4 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. If I had given you this count before the start of the season, would you have taken it?
Yep.
Even the 3 losses, you would have expected us against Liverpool probably.
Without seeing how the team like preseason,
Right.
you can't say anything. But without seeing how the team is evolving, how these players are filling in, I reckon it given where we finished last season. Simple as that. It's sign of progress. The toughest start in the league a team has had in ages. Why would I not take it? Yes, and surprising is that we lost to Arsenal even though we deserved to win. We should have won against Fulham away, which is also a tough ground for us.
Yeah.
But losing to City at Etihad is not surprising at all. Even losing to Brentford at their ground was not surprising
Correct.
before this. But now that you see that we should have, I mean, technically paper beaten Brentford, they're not having the best of seasons. They've lost good players, but still, yes, I would have taken it.
Agreed. I mean, even in Brentford, people are unanimous. A red card and again the penalty miss at 2-1. So could have been a different scoreline. क्या scoreline था? 4-1 था? 3-1 था?
I don't remember frankly, but
Austin City, and yeah, we deserve to lose.
3-1.
Tough start, and I think we have bounced back well. I hope that this is not a false bounce. And this is the start of a good run.
Also, 3-1 with the last in the 96th minute.
Okay.
So 2-1 technically with a penalty miss. But yeah, so I think I would like to close this on a very good note. Um, being as brief as possible, how would you rate what Sir Jim Ratcliffe said about Ruben Amorim and the public showcase of emotions and backing?
क्या बोला यार, what इसको हम 3 मैचेस के बाद निकालने वाले हैं.
A lot of things.
Yeah,
He could have said a lot of
but I
things
think you
easily.
have to give manager time, and people should not be smart enough to understand that at the end of the day this is a business. अगर results नहीं deliver करेगा तो he will backtrack on his statement and look for a different manager. He's a businessman at the end of the day. He will not continue to incur losses in that sense. So he will not renew his contract. His contract ends at the end of this season or next season, I think. So everyone is
Yeah, 3
playing for their
years.
future, right? I mean, least of all Jim Ratcliffe and Amorim. So I think it was great of him to come out and give his backing, and I think that that if you consider yourself in that scenario, अगर तेरा boss तुझे backing देती है, तेरे को जो experiment करना है तू कर. I have full faith in you. I know you will deliver. I mean, तेरा तो confidence बढ़ेगा ही ना, and you will give that much more in your daily job. I think the same
Yeah,
holds true
yeah.
for a football manager as well.
So that little thing, it told me a lot about him, leadership, because it's the leadership speaking, not just him, right?
Absolutely.
Um, and yes, it was very heartening. It was very humane. Like, it made things very. It felt very nice because he could have said anything. He could have been safe with his answer. He blah blah blah. He didn't need to say that we'll back him for 3 years and that's how it should be. He also said this like as a protocol, that's how it should be. That everybody takes time. He took Arteta's example. He didn't need to take that.
Exactly.
So it was very, very heartening to hear that. Ki at least it sounded nice, and of course we're not used to part owners coming out and giving interviews in the first place. So this was a big bonus that way, and I felt very nice for Amorim and definitely his family as well, right? These are all people at the end of the
Right.
day, and they receive a lot of flack. काफी अच्छा लगा, and I'm sure this is one of the things which will have a big impact here and there, directly, indirectly, even for the players as well, for that matter. If there are certain players who are on the edge, maybe somebody like Xerxes or Menu or somebody else who's not too confident about Amorim's space or who feel कि चलो maybe let's bite this season away, next season को नया आ जाएगा. It's a reminder for them to get their act together or leave. So
Yeah,
very nice of
absolutely.
him
I
to do
think
that.
agreed. Absolutely agreed. And stability का मतलब stability ही दिखानी पड़ेगी ना. And I think people should trust this football leadership with their decisions. The signing that
Yep.
right, the 4 signings that they've made. Has it a
Diego Leon को भी मत भूलो.
किसको?
Diego
I mean, उसने तो यार अभी खेला नहीं है तो everyone has
हाँ but रह जाता है वो बेचारा यार.
everyone has had a good start, if not a great start. Premier League proven players को focus किया है, strategy clearly paying dividends. Trusted your recruitment team, your scout team, and going after Lemons, prioritizing Lemons over Emi Martinez, right? Uh, Going after a potential player in Sheshko rather than going going after Watkins, plus the stadium plans, plus the academy revamp. I think he has done उसने 2 साल में
Carrington.
uh, उतना किया जितना ग्लेजर्स या उससे पहले वाले ओनर्स ने 25-30 साल में नहीं किया, राइट? या दिस स्टेटमेंट कैन बैकफायर ऑन मी, किया तो क्या पता है क्या होता है, बट
Yeah, of course.
टोटल स्टैंड पॉइंट,
Face value.
या फेस वैल्यू पे उसने बहुत कुछ किया है, राइट? And even
Yep.
that we might turn profitable in the coming season, despite the losses, it speaks volume of the effort that has gone behind the scenes. People have lost their jobs, but maybe that was to trim down the fat. People should trust this leadership, football leadership. Expect good progress to continue.
Yeah, and just extending to what you said, which is why our connections with Baleba, Wharton, Dison, Semenyo is giving me a lot of confidence, but more
Good
podcast
for
plus. So I think this wraps it up. We are trying to be the most regular and consistent United podcast in India with our second podcast in 50 days. पहला वाला अभी तक upload भी नहीं हुआ है. So yeah, you're going to see us very soon, maybe in the next 2-3 months. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps us a lot. We're just trying to earn buttloads of money. So yeah, and money is important, right? So yeah, see you
हमारा
soon
हमारा passion
and
project है
thank you.
तुषार मनी हो रहा है. Okay.